Alright, and welcome to the second game of the day for me. We've got Dutch Mikey, who is pink, versus Mered4, which is black. So here we go, is we've got Mered4, and you've got Dutch. Dutch and Mered. Anyways, looks like Mered just is starting off with just getting a power generator, and it looks like pretty standard build. Going to go ahead and pick up another metal extractor here, and then go ahead and go for a power storage to start storing power there. Looks like Dutch is already has 2 metal extractors finished and is going for another power storage, just like Mered. And then is going to get on a factory here. And so Mered's just moving around to go ahead and... Alright, it looks like he's going for one more metal extractor before getting on that factory, and that's going to be an engineering factory. And then looks like he's got some defenses going up also, which is actually kind of funny because they're on the wrong side. From Dutch. So definitely going to be interesting to see about that, but that will definitely help with any aircraft that might fly over. Dutch is getting out some more power generators, and he's already gotten a bot here to go ahead and start getting metal. Looks like he's just queuing up metal all over the place. Looks like a missile defense just to go ahead and keep his expansion safe. And it looks like actually for Mered, he's going to start off by building some doxes, just to go ahead and kill off any expanses. And it looks like he's sending them in opposing directions from himself. So probably just going to send one each direction, see if he can find his enemy without building any aircraft, which might actually work. It's going to be a little bit before that dox gets down there though. Building another power generator just to go ahead and get more power. It's only got 3 at the moment, soon to be 4, but he doesn't have a lot being built. Working on getting another dox out, not a dox, I'm actually getting an engineer out, and he'll most likely start sending that to get metal. Doxes are running around, and actually if that dox continues in this direction, he's going to completely miss Dutch here. Well, Dutch is going ahead and getting an air factory out, and he's going to most likely go ahead and start scouting. I would actually say in terms of economy, Dutch is probably doing better at this moment than Mered, just because Mered took his time to go ahead and get those doxes out. And if that dox actually swings around here, he's going to miss everything that Dutch has. We'll see here in a moment, and it looks like an air factory is going up instead of anything else. So Mered is just really working on getting scouting up before doing anything else, and it looks like he's going to build radar also even before his economy, which will be kind of a shame. And it looks like the dox has actually found those engineers, and we'll see what he does. Looks like they're being brought around, and they're going to work on getting an AA tower up to protect. Scout already up there for Mered, and he's just trying to escape with the lives of his away from that dox, and that dox is just pounding it. There's not going to be much he can do, but he is bringing in his comm to go ahead and stop that dox. And it looks like even more dox coming out now for Mered, and he's working on his economy slightly, but not really expanding it. And it looks like Mered is pulling all of his forces around. Go ahead and see about where that main base is, and in a few seconds here, he's going to most likely start running into Dutch's troops and buildings. Factory starting to go up here for Mered, go ahead and try to protect himself and get some units out. It looks like just 2 vehicle factories going to go up, and it's actually going to be quite a bit of a travel time to get over there. Doxes are firing it out, and that Dox is easily going to be taken out by Dutch. 2 Doxes. Doxes working their way forwards. Going to take some time though to get there. Fighters working a patrol circle, going ahead and keeping things safe. And they should see those Doxes incoming. Mered's pulling his troops to the front, and they're going to go ahead and see about taking care of those Doxes. But looks like he'll miss the Doxes first unless he brings them around, and looks like both guys are microing their Doxes, trying to keep them out of the range of the others while also taking care of those. And it looks like one Dox goes down with minor damage to Dutch's forces. This little Dox is just running around the back, just trying to hit anything he can. Not a lot of damage being done, but definitely annoyance that will be wanting, that Dutch will want to take care of. Just going ahead and actually apparently not seeing it for the moment. Not sure what he's doing, but it looks like he might be microing his aircraft, just keeping an eye on what's going on. And it looks like a Tech 2 air factory is going up here for Mered. Just trying to get that out, but he is using an air fabber, so it's going to take a while before you see anything coming out of that unless he gets more on it. Dox is running around, trying to take out the other Doxes. Go ahead and keep things safe. And it looks like Mered's still not really doing much. Definitely, actually, he's working on getting some tank vehicle factories out, probably to go ahead and counter these pounders. And it looks like some Infernos also that Mered is making. Mered. Anyways, so the comms go ahead and just building lots of power. Looks like a orbital factory will be coming up soon, but not at the moment. Some pounders already coming out here, and he's going to need them if he's going to take care of these incoming forces. Looks like some combat fabbers are coming out, and some more vehicles also. So it's definitely going to be an interesting game. Fires all over the place, just taking each other out. And it definitely looks like Dutch has seen all of these troops coming in. And he's going to need to pull all of his troops to the front to go ahead and take care of this. But it looks like some towers are going up here, and that's actually a great idea. Go ahead and make sure to get the defenses up. And great job microing from Dutch, just pulling his Doxes back from those Infernos, not letting them get close enough to attack. That's definitely a great idea, especially since their range is so small. And those Doxes just taking care of that. Those Infernos coming in closer, but looks like they're going to be taken out quickly, and those pounders are just hitting each other, and that turret's going to take out any units left. And it looks like that Dutch has been able to stave off the attack. Another 2 vehicle factories going up here. Looks like actually 2 more planned also to go ahead and start flanking Dutch, and Dutch is getting out a lot of factories, and he's going to start really pushing those tanks. More tanks coming in, and another tower going up here for defense, and that Inferno just has no idea what he needs to do, just not able to get close enough, and those pounders are taking hits from that missile tower. and they will be... they might be able to take it down, but it looks like that might not make it. Pounders are just taking down those Infernos really easily, and they're not going to be too much of a threat. Lots of troops coming out now, and a vehicle fabricator also, just sort of sitting there. So we'll see. And it looks like that Dutch is getting on an orbital also, and it looks like he's ahead, so he might be able to get off planet well before Mered. And Mered's just collecting troops together. Also, it looks like both of them are collecting troops just to go ahead and keep protecting. It actually looks like Mered's taking over the planet quite well. Want to take a look up here. So Mered's taken over all of this, while only this amount has been taken over by Dutch. And he could take over all of these mexes and everything, but it looks like he's working really hard to just build up an army and try to escape the planet. Lots of troops coming together, and still not sure why he's trying to build the Infernos. Since their range is so short, unless he can really mix them in well with those Pounders and keep them in front while those Infernos come in second, then he should be able to do it, but at least at this moment he might not be able to hold it together. Another air factory going up. Will be interesting to see what it's out. Lots of fighters being built. Go ahead and protect his area. Scouting run being made. Just go ahead and check out where the troops are coming in. And it looks like now that he knows, he's going to go ahead and send all of his Pounders towards Mered's. Go ahead and take them out just along here, and they'll most likely meet up right around here. Pounders moving forwards. They're going to try to get to a protected area, and it looks like the orbital launcher is been built, and if he can get work on Astreus, he can actually escape this world and go to this one, which actually is accidentally still orbiting it, this planetary system. It's actually my 4th iteration of this planetary system, so I have to change that for next time. Anyways, nice fight going on here. Pounders just taking shots at each other, really hitting those Infernos. They just don't have the range to be countering these. Lots of shots coming in, and it's just a huge pushback. Lots of troops actually coming in the side, but all these towers are just going to create a great defensive barrier against all of these Pounders and those Infernos. So unless he's willing to swing all of these guys all the way around the back, it's not going to be too useful. And actually, in a moment, they should be in range of those towers. Or not. Alright, it looks like he's going to barely skirt by the towers. Nope, looks like the towers go ahead and got him in his sights, and actually, this tower is starting to shoot. And Builder's barely making it. He may not survive, and Builder is down. And those combat engineers are just working really hard to try to keep everything protected. Tech 2 going up here. Still nothing from that orbital launcher for either of them. Nice amount of troops just showing up here. And it looks like that there's a gunship in the mix. And he's going really just easily take down all of those troops if Dutch doesn't send a fighter in to back up. And alright, those fighters took care of that gunship really quickly. Really nice to see. Those Pounders are just taking it on. Infernos. Actually, I have no idea if the Infernos are attacking or not. It looks like it, but it doesn't seem like they're doing any damage. Probably a bug there with the Infernos. Now it looks like a naval factory's gone up. Looks like he's going to build some blue bottles. Still nothing out of that orbital factory. Kind of a disappointment. Just because it'd be really nice to see some troops or something coming out of that. And it looks like all of the vehicles just being thrown together. Just being hit by those gunships and being taken down really easily. And it looks like an Astraeus is up for Mered, and he may actually win this. If he can escape to the moon and the other planet, then he should be able to go ahead and take out it. But the Astraeus is going on around, and it's going head for something. Looks like it might be heading for the comm, which is a big risk because if it gets shot down, that's it. Looks like a nice push in to go ahead and take care of that orbital launcher by Mered. Just go ahead and set back Dutch a little bit, and looks like the comm's getting his orders now, and he is away. Any second now he's going to leave the planet and be untouchable for the time being. Comm's very well protected at this moment. Lots of pounders coming out. Not a lot of anti-air mixed in with those pounders, which would be a great idea just because of all of this air power that's being flown around here. Definitely not something you want to leave. Large push by docks is towards this outer base here, and oh, that really hurts. Just got hit by that artillery, but it's enough to go ahead and cause a little bit of few problems. Dux is coming in, and they're just going to get wrecked by all of those pounders. Except that one, and he's dead. Large buildup of troops on both sides. Not a lot of flanking going on here. A nice number of troops coming together, and it looks like a teleporter being built back here. Not too much in the flanking still. Battle lines mostly run across here. Especially since all these turrets got built up. Tech 2's coming along very slowly for Dutch. Looks like he's not really putting into it too much. And it looks like he's trying to go for the comm. And he might make it. Might. Fire's coming in, and troops coming around the side, and that gunship's going to work to take them out. And he's just going to take them out one by one until all of these pounders can go ahead and get in the mix. Still seeing no anti-aircraft units thrown in the mix, which is, as I said before, kind of a disappointment. All those fighters are landing, and they're going to become prime targets, and just watch as they just get chewed up by all of those pounder shots. Oh, that's a lot of air power that he's lost. Actually, that was probably most of his air force that just got chewed up by those pounders there when they landed, which is kind of a sad thing to see happen. Large push by pounders to go ahead and attack, and he may get this world. But probably not, since there's just units here. So even with a really large push, he might be able to take down all this, but not much else. Nuke launcher being built here. It's almost complete. And also work on... Life of me, I can't remember the name of the artillery. Hulkins. Hulkins is that one. Yes. Did remember that. Looks like a Hulkins being built, and that will give him coverage probably up to here. So definitely a nice defensive tool to have. And it looks like that Dutch's troops are getting caught in a crossfire, and they might be able to push through. because there's not a lot of troops in front or in the side, but lots of troops coming in through that teleporter, and they should make straight for these units before they make it any farther in. Still, they're getting closer and closer, and that turret's not going to go up before all of these pounders make it into range. And they're just chewing up all of those units and easily taking it down. Pounders just moving through, and they're going to take quite a few more hits, and they've been taken down. A nice play by Dutch. A good push, took down 1, 2, 3 factories and a bunch of engineers. That's going to put Mered a little bit back, but it looks like he's sending in his entire air force. Nope. Nope, looks like he's sending in some troops and just attacking that Tech 2. And it looks like there's just not much. Quite a bit of air power just flying around, but they might not be able to make it through. And actually looks like that he is able to mop up those troops, take care of things. Comes going ahead and repair this factory, but looks like no engineers or anything are coming out of it. Dux is running around the sides, just trying to dodge that artillery from the pelter there. And their erratic movements are actually working to their advantage. And they're going to come around the side here, and they should be able to take down that artillery or anything else. And alright, looks like the pelter's down, and they're going to be mopped up by those towers and that missile tower. Huge number of troops coming in now, and they're making a beeline. If they get too close to the shore here, though, all of these blue bottles are just going to start shooting them, which will actually be a huge loss because they can do a lot of damage. And those bombers are just Tech 2 bombers, bumblebees, are coming in and just wrecking the troop lines. Their bombing runs can actually do a whole lot of damage. And it looks like now they're going for those blue bottles as they start to come in range. And there's not much that can be done because those blue balls have no air support. Looks like that Hulkins is up and it's taking shots. A really huge push here, and they may make it to the comm. Dutch is being pushed back, and there's not much he can do. His troops are coming in around the side, just trying to hold off any units he can. All units are moving, try to move him between the comm and also Mered. But he might not have any place to run. Mered controls so much, and his nuke's not finished. And it looks like Gandalf has surrendered. There's just no way he was going to be able to take on all their units plus all of these. And so that is the end for this game. And Mered4 has taken out iiDutchMikey.